in 2023, in my first year of boarding school, I I copped it, bro. People really didn't like me. The second year, almost half of that year in boarding school, I tried to like get off the bad momentum, make these good friends, but I was running off some bad momentum and it took me a little while. But at about near the end of the second year, I came back for this really big holiday. I had become a lot more social over the last few months, but then there was this really big event that was going on, like this long holiday that I was gonna have in Hong Kong, where I live, boarding school. I live like, yeah, you get it. Like I boarded overseas in Australia. There was this massive 3-day concert. I didn't drink. My friend and I literally played a game where you're like standing there's this area where everyone's like our age, 16, 17 was how old we were. I was 17 and like people in that area were the same age. You'd stand up, you'd rotate and you'd like turn in a random direction and then you open your eyes and you just walk up to and say hi to whoever it is. We played this game. Like it just all of a sudden it became so easy to talk to so many people. I got dinner with my boy over the next 2 weeks, just dinners. I went to this one house party and I didn't drink. This was when I was kind of locked in filming YouTube and training a lot. So I didn't really want to go out too much. But then about 2 weeks later, I kind of folded under some pressure. There was this massive night out. But when I went on this night out, I realized for the first time in a long time, I had social skills ascended. Genuinely, it had really changed. It had happened again. It only happened once before where for like it lasted a short time, a month, I felt super social. I could talk to everyone again. But this time, something different was happening and I'm going to get to that. This night, so many people are coming up to say hi to me. Genuinely, I don't want to get into too much detail. I was laughing my ass off the whole time. And on top of that, I was getting loads of attention from girls. Like, it was sick. It was like a refreshing thing that hadn't really been happening to me that much over the last 2 years. And I still remember there was this like super attractive girl who was like, I don't want to be rude, but she was like basically all over me. Like, yeah, it's true. I just don't want to be like an asshole about it. And I remember that was like a perfect example of I've gone out, I'm with all my great friends. I've kind of like hit the spot where I'm loving my life so much. And I'm going to go in this video, going to teach you everything that helped me social skills ascend to get to this point where you're surrounded by all your great friends. You're having the time of your life, even while still improving on your goals and all that. I'm Finn, and I help young guys make really good friends. By the way, bro, before I get into it, I'm mentoring. I have about 10 spots, but click the link in the description if you want to have a free call, and I'll give you all the advice that you want in that 30-minute call. And then if you feel like we would be a good fit for mentorship, I can guarantee you make a good friend within the next month, at least one super close friend, then we can decide that on the call, but no pressure. Otherwise, just join my free Discord with my full social skills guide there for free and subscribe because I have so many other videos. And there's more than enough social skills advice to go around in what I'm doing. So I'm going to get into this. The way that I really did this, you can like become much more social and still not really be too good off in your life. The way I like to do it is it's a 2-step process because I want to be social all the time. I don't want to be social and go to a party and then be a dead cunt again for like the next 3 weeks. I want to always be fun. So basically what I did, it's a 2-step process. I'm going to use a different story to explain. I remember at the start of February, I ended like this girl that I really liked, we stopped talking. And that was like a big like, wow, I got to lock the fuck in kind of moment. But for the next 3 weeks, I locked in. I still was social. I joined a new boxing gym and spoke to everyone there. But I didn't really go to any functions or anything like that. I was only hanging out with a friend here and there, and most of the time I was just like going to the boxing gym. Didn't go out for a few weeks. And then maybe like a month later, about a month later, I went on 2 or 3 functions with my friends. And then a week after that, this is where really like the nail hit the coffin again, where you have that one moment where you just social skills ascend, where just everything changes. That was this moment, this night, where there was this super, like, I know a lot of the time in my stories, there's probably too much, like, about girls. It's just, like, a good way for me to indicate to you, like, when I could notice, I felt so much more social. Because when I feel so much more social, I have so much more confidence. I can speak to any girl I want, basically. Actually, no, yeah, I can speak to any girl I want. And I went up to this girl, and there was this beautiful girl. I don't want to describe her at all. I hadn't spoken to a single girl since the girl I stopped talking to. My confidence was at rock bottom. I really, really liked her. I wanted to stay with with the one that we stopped talking with. I wanted to stay with her for a long time. And she kind of like broke my heart in some sense, right? So for me to go out, and then I met a girl and we hit it off really well. We went on a date afterwards. This like kind of like restored my confidence. This kind of made me realize like, oh, like life isn't that bad. Like I am doing well. And I remember I was so confident at this time that one day my friend called me. He's like, yo, like I kind of want to go out with this girl. I helped him. I'm not going to expose who this friend is. We literally, I'm taking fucking full credit for this one, bro. This guy, I'm not giving him credit. He calls me and he's like, yo, bro, I really want to go out with this girl. I'm like, all right, say less. For 1 hour, he's there screen sharing and we're typing up messages to respond to this girl. He went on a date next week. When you social skills ascend, all of a sudden, every social outcome is just so easy, bro. It's unbelievable. The thing is, if you've been working for ages, it's better if you just skip to the social part. But the whole point of my story was, for a few weeks, you work really hard. You're still social in that phase. You're still trying to say hi to as many people as possible. And then you go ham on like 3-4 nights out. And then all of a sudden, if you've been watching my videos and you're applying what you're learning, and there's so much more for me to say, of course, so much more steps that you might need to take. But eventually you hit that point where whatever it is you want, I don't really give a shit if you want to learn my social skills and go be a ladies' man, I couldn't care less what you do with it. I just want you to be able to make the right decision. If you want to use my social skills advice the right way and go make super great friends, meet a super sweet girl, which is like, obviously that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm doing. So that's what I recommend. But either way, when you social skills ascend, it's a beautiful feeling because all of a sudden you have the freedom you never had your whole life. As the ugly kid where you weren't even picked to be in anyone's group. No one wanted to hang out with you. Fuck that. I don't want to live like that. And that's why I made this channel. Now let me teach you some strategies, right? I remember one night, my friend and I, he never really goes out. And he was really like, also he had just, after he stopped talking to this girl he really liked, his confidence was at rock bottom. And for like 2 months, he was always a bit like low. And then we went to this event. And when we got there, we had no idea what to do. It was so awkward. In hindsight, I was just feeling sick. So obviously I didn't have any energy. And I said to him, I was like, yo, bro, you wanna, I was like, yo, bro, we're gonna do the warm-up strategy. I say, you just say hi to the least intimidating people. So we go up to like the short, like friendly kids who look like a little bit younger than us at this event. It was under 18 event. So it was like pretty easy. I'm like, hey mate, nice to meet you. This was before I was 18, by the way. And we go up to more and more people. I'm like, yo, this is my friend. At about 20 people that we said hi to, we kept progressively like making the people we were saying hi to harder. Like at first we said hi to like the quiet, like smaller guys, less intimidating. Then the big guys. And then we started speaking to some girls. And like eventually, within like 2 hours, we were in the craziest fucking flow state ever. This is what I call like, it's like the 20 combos theory. I'm coining that. I've made that up, all right? You start 20 conversations, no matter how small, and all of a sudden you're in a super social mood. Obviously, if it's your first time being social in your whole life, you might not have it that quickly. But if you have like any base sense of like, you can have a conversation if you're close with somebody, when you finally tap into this like social skills flow state, 20 conversations thing, you notice a massive difference. It's crazy. Go do that. Go to an event. If you're in Australia, go to the under 18. It's called Riot. It's like under 18 event. People like hella people your age go. You're gonna meet some girls. There's a lot of like a hookup culture there if you want that. If not, no problem, bro. Like, who am I to tell you what to do? I just want to make sure you're able to social skills ascend and live the dream life that you always wanted, right? If you're horny, if you're that kind of guy, go for it. There's like girls there who would also be down. Like, I remember when I was there, like the thing that was cool about this event, I said no to this, but like a bunch of girls would, maybe not too many, but like every time I would go, like at least one or two girls would come up to me and be like, hey, can we make out? Which was nuts because you don't see that anywhere else in the world. And I think that is like, obviously you shouldn't say yes. You should go for the girls that you actually really want to speak to, and you don't like the girls that have class, right? But if you're young, you're like 13, 14 years old, you haven't even had your first kiss, and you really want to, why not just go, bro? You don't need to hook up with anyone. But if there's a girl who's super pretty asking you to kiss, I don't see many guys saying no to that, Especially if you haven't had much experience. Anyways, don't be too like degenerate. Once you're going out, cut it at like 2 weeks. Don't do what I did where I went out for like a month, let like so much slip away from me, stopped uploading consistently, felt horrible. Never let it slip that far. You should be keeping your social life to like a day-to-day basis. Friends you go meet up with, you shouldn't be drinking when you hang out with your friends. You should only be drinking at like a party here and there. And that's enough advice for you to like completely glow up your social skills. That's like all the basic stuff. If you want in-depth stuff, you have specific questions, click the free link, the description, book a free call, 30 minutes with me. I'll tell you exactly what you need to improve on. And then I'm assuming if you join that call, you have a little bit of interest in being mentored with me, and we can discuss like all the logistics, or we don't have to. I'm happy to still give the advice. Either way, join my Discord. I've got the free social skills written guide there that I'm going to add there soon, and subscribe. There's so much content on social skills that's a lot more in depth than this. This is more like storytelling focused, this video today. Like and comment if you want to help me. Comment dub, comment whatever, questions, whatever. A comment goes so far. I'm a small YouTuber. I would really fucking appreciate it. Anyways, love you, bro. Have a good day.